What is happening, everyone, and welcome back to Tom Spotlight. The news cycle is absolutely relentless, a constant flood of updates that can change everything in an instant. But don't worry, we've got you covered with the absolute must-know stories that are making waves right now. Get ready for some major reveals that you won't want to miss. We're diving deep into some fascinating developments that are set to shake things up. So buckle up, because you're about to get the inside scoop on what's truly important. First up, a beloved actor is not donning the cape for a certain iconic role, but his future in a major cinematic universe is still very much on the table. We're talking about a casting decision that's got everyone buzzing. Then, we're heading behind the scenes of a gritty, action-packed series to hear directly from the showrunner about its expanded universe and a surprising connection to a classic franchise that's been decades in the making. You won't believe how a 2011 script finally paid off. Next, we've got a critical look at that very same prequel series, dissecting what makes it tick and how it's enhancing the original story. Critics are weighing in, and it might just surprise you. And finally, we're going back to that big casting news to get even more details and understand the full picture of what this means for the actor and the universe he's a part of. It's a lot to unpack, so stick around. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. No Batman for Chris Pratt, says James Gunn. That iconic cowl won't be adorning Chris Pratt's head anytime soon, according to DC Studios co-head James Gunn. While the Guardians of the Galaxy star won't be stepping into the Batsuit, Gunn has confirmed that Pratt's future within the burgeoning DC universe is far from over, hinting at potential new roles for the beloved actor. Pratt, who has a long-standing creative partnership with Gunn, having starred as Star-Lord in the massively successful Guardians of the Galaxy franchise and subsequent Avengers appearances, has expressed his own desire to contribute to the DCU. Gunn, during a recent appearance, was directly asked about the possibility of Pratt taking on the mantle of Batman. His response was a definitive no. However, Gunn was quick to follow up with a more optimistic outlook, stating, "As something? Yes. Chris Pratt is one of my best friends. We talk all the time. He's a great guy. He would love to do something at DC. I would love for him to do something at DC." This exchange clearly indicates that while the Batman role is off the table, Gunn is eager to find another suitable project for Pratt within the DC universe. When playfully questioned about Pratt portraying Wonder Woman, Gunn humorously dismissed the idea, calling it a terrible and terrible prospect, which drew laughter. Gunn also clarified that Pratt would not be playing Shazam, leaving the specific nature of his future DCU involvement open to speculation. Gunn did, however, confirm that he is indeed bringing some of his closest collaborators into the DCU fold, revealing that several familiar faces from his Marvel work have already appeared in the recently released Superman film. This strategy suggests a desire to build a consistent creative team, fostering a sense of familiarity and shared vision across projects. The discussion around Pratt's potential DCU roles comes as the search for the new Batman continues. While Pratt is out, other actors have publicly expressed interest, including Tyler Hoechley. Meanwhile, the DCU slate remains dynamic, with Matt Reeves' standalone The Batman, Part II, slated for a 2027 release, existing separately from the main DCU continuity for the time being. This leaves the door open for Gunn to cast Pratt in a role that perfectly complements his talents and fits within the overarching narrative he is crafting for the DC universe, ensuring that a close collaborator and talented actor like Chris Pratt will indeed have a significant presence in future DC projects. Audience impact. Fans are already speculating wildly about what other roles Chris Pratt might play in the DCU, with many expressing excitement for his continued collaboration with James Gunn, regardless of the specific character. But what does this mean for the actor's future in a universe filled with iconic characters? Next, we dive into how a past project is unexpectedly paving the way for a new franchise expansion. The Terminal List, Dark Wolf, boss David DiGilio talks franchise future and how his 2011 Tron script paid off 14 years later. David DiGilio, the showrunner behind the critically acclaimed prequel series, The Terminal List, Dark Wolf, is currently immersed in the production of Season 2 of the hit show in Morocco. His work extends beyond this gritty military drama. DiGilio is also celebrating the payoff of a project initiated over a decade ago, as he holds a story credit on the upcoming Tron, Ares. The journey from a 2011 script to a major feature film is a testament to perseverance in the Hollywood landscape. The Terminal List's first season, starring Chris Pratt, proved to be a massive success for Amazon Prime Video in 2022, drawing significant viewership. However, Pratt's demanding film schedule presented a challenge for producing a timely follow-up season. Recognizing this, Pratt himself proposed an alternative, expanding the universe through a prequel focusing on the character of Ben Edwards, portrayed by Taylor Kitsch. DiGilio embraced this idea, collaborating with a writing team composed of veterans and former service members to bring Ben's story to life. Ben Edwards, a former Navy SEAL turned CIA operative, was a pivotal character in the first season, appearing as the final name on James Reese's Pratt terminal list. His betrayal stemmed from a complex moral decision. He facilitated the assassination of his former SEAL brothers to prevent them from suffering debilitating brain tumors caused by a faulty experimental drug trial, believing they would prefer to die in action rather than in a hospital bed. Despite his actions, Edwards claimed no involvement in the deaths of Reese's wife and daughter, though Reese couldn't overlook the $20 million Edwards received for his betrayal. Dark Wolf delves into the events 5 years prior to the first season, charting the end of Ben's SEAL career and the inception of his CIA work, which ultimately led to his fateful actions. Pratt, despite his busy schedule, made time to support Kitsch's series, appearing in 3 episodes and emphasizing that it was Kitsch's show. DiGilio envisions Dark Wolf as a multi-season venture that will also serve as a bridge to future installments of the Terminal List, introducing and developing characters like Rafe Hastings, Mo Farrouk, and Jules Landry, who are integral to Carr's subsequent novels. The unexpected connection to the Tron franchise stems from DiGilio's early career. In 2011, he was hired to write a sequel to Tron, Legacy. Though the project was shelved due to Disney's acquisition of Lucasfilm, DiGilio's original story elements, including a character named Ares, eventually found their way into the upcoming Tron, Ares, where his concept evolved into the titular character. This long gestation period highlights the unpredictable nature of filmmaking and the enduring impact of creative vision. DiGilio expressed his excitement about seeing his foundational story preserved, even after numerous script revisions and a change in cast, underscoring the importance of strong narrative structure in bringing projects to fruition. Audience impact. The news has generated considerable buzz among fans of the Terminal List, eager to see the expanded universe and Chris Pratt's return, while Tron fans are intrigued by the long-awaited continuation of the franchise. This deep dive into franchise expansion also brings a critical perspective on how these stories are being received. Prepare for a review that dissects the prequel series and its impact on the original. The Terminal List, Dark Wolf TV review. Taylor Kitsch and Chris Pratt reunite for an intense prequel series. While the first season of The Terminal List garnered a mixed reception from critics, it resonated strongly with audiences, leading Prime Video to greenlight a prequel series, The Terminal List, Dark Wolf. This new offering shifts the narrative focus from James Reese, Chris Pratt, to his close friend and eventual adversary, Ben Edwards Taylor Kitsch, exploring his journey from Navy SEAL to CIA operative. The series, executive produced by Pratt, departs from the revenge thriller tone of the original, presenting itself as a more action-oriented espionage tale, drawing parallels to franchises like Mission, Impossible, and James Bond. Critics have noted that Dark Wolf is more engaging and intriguing than its predecessor, effectively enhancing the viewing experience of the initial season. The series adopts a structure similar to critically acclaimed shows like Better Call Saul and Loki, successfully transitioning a supporting character into a central protagonist. Pratt reprises his role as Reese in a limited capacity, allowing Kitsch ample opportunity to flesh out Ben Edwards' character. The narrative begins with Edwards and Reese deployed in Iraq, introducing key figures such as Lieutenant Rafe Hastings, Tom Hopper, Iraqi Special Operations Force Officer Mohammed Farrouk, Dar Salim, and CIA contractor Jules Landry, Luke Hemsworth. A mission that goes awry serves as the catalyst for understanding Edward's discharge from the SEALs and his subsequent recruitment into the CIA. The series, spanning 7 episodes, adeptly moves from military action to clandestine operations across Europe. Edwards and Hastings are drawn into a mission by spymaster Jed Haverford, Robert Wisdom, to thwart Iran's nuclear program. The ensemble cast, including Dar Salim, Ronali Shimon, and Shiraz Sarfati, deliver strong performances, with Tom Hopper providing a brief moment of levity in a tuxedo. Robert Wisdom offers a solid, Mr. Phelps-esque leadership presence. Taylor Kitsch truly shines, delving deep into Ben Edwards' complexities and the moral weight of his actions. The series skillfully balances its narrative, avoiding excessive character development in favor of revealing tidbits about the characters organically. While some dialogue occasionally borders on the preachy regarding themes of brotherhood and war, the series compensates with intense, visceral action sequences that maintain a high level of adrenaline. The writing team, comprising veterans, contributes to the authenticity of the military portrayal, a common element often lacking in the genre. Created by author Jack Carr and David DiGilio, the series benefits from Carr's direct involvement in the first and final episodes. The direction, shared by Frederick E.O. Toy, Liz Friedlander, and Paul Cameron, ensures a cohesive flow, though the initial episodes are slightly less connected than the later ones. Ultimately, the terminal list. Dark Wolf is praised for being more fun and equally gritty as the original, offering an action-packed drama that enriches the overall terminal list experience and builds anticipation for the upcoming second season. Audience impact. Critics are finding Dark Wolf to be a more compelling watch than the original terminal list, with many highlighting Taylor Kitsch's performance and the series' shift towards espionage action. This detailed look at the prequel's success also circles back to the initial casting news that had everyone talking. Let's revisit the very first story and uncover more about the actor's confirmed future within the DC universe. Chris Pratt will not be DCU's new Batman, BUT. James Gunn reveals more about Guardians of the Galaxy actor's casting. James Gunn, the co-architect of the new DC universe, has definitively shut down rumors that Chris Pratt would be taking on the iconic role of Batman. In a recent interview, Gunn clarified that while Pratt won't be the caped crusader, his involvement in the DCU is very much a possibility, with Gunn expressing a strong desire to collaborate with the actor he considers a close friend. Pratt, widely recognized for his role as Star-Lord in Gunn's Marvel Cinematic Universe endeavors, has previously indicated his interest in joining the DCU. Gunn candidly stated, as Batman, no, when asked directly about the possibility. However, he immediately followed up with an enthusiastic endorsement of Pratt's potential contributions, saying, as something? Yes, Chris Pratt is one of my best friends. We talk all the time. He's a great guy. He would love to do something at DC. I would love for him to do something at DC. This statement confirms that Gunn is actively looking for a role that fits Pratt within the expansive DCU narrative. Gunn also humorously dismissed the idea of Pratt playing Wonder Woman, calling it a terrible prospect. He also confirmed that Pratt would not be portraying Shazam. Gunn did, however, reveal that he has already begun integrating talent from his previous work with Marvel into the DCU. He mentioned that several actors he previously worked with are already featured in the Superman film, indicating a strategy of bringing in trusted collaborators to build the new universe. This approach suggests a focus on established working relationships and a desire for a consistent creative vision across projects. The search for the new Batman continues, with other actors reportedly expressing interest. Meanwhile, the DCU's future slate includes projects like The Batman, Part II, directed by Matt Reeves, which is set to be a separate continuity from the main DCU. This separation allows Gunn the flexibility to cast talent like Pratt in roles that best serve his vision for the interconnected DC universe, ensuring that Pratt's talent will be utilized in a meaningful capacity. The confirmation of Pratt's potential future in the DCU, despite not being Batman, has fueled speculation among fans about which characters he might portray, highlighting the anticipation for Gunn's strategic casting decisions. Audience impact. Fans are actively speculating about which DC character Chris Pratt might be cast as, given James Gunn's confirmation of his potential involvement. With these major updates covered, it's time to wrap up the biggest stories of the day. Let's do a quick rundown of everything we've discussed. All right, everyone, that's a wrap on today's top stories. We heard Chris Pratt won't be Batman, but James Gunn is eager to cast him in the DCU. We also got the inside scoop from the showrunner of The Terminal List, Dark Wolf, on its franchise future and a surprising link to Tron. Plus, a review praised Dark Wolf for enhancing the original series, and we got more details on Pratt's DCU casting. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Tom's Spotlight for more essential updates, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a thing. Let us know your thoughts on these stories in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you in the next one.